Our first topic of the second semester is something called matrices. Matrices. This is lesson 34 in our Blue Pelican Java textbooks. Say matrices, which is the plural of matrix. Okay? You might see a matrix in math classes, full of numbers, like magic squares look like a matrix, like 3, 5, 2, 4, 5, 4, 9, 2, 0. It's like a table of numbers. Okay? So an array is one-dimensional with a single row going in one direction of numbers or values. Could be strings, booleans, students, cars, whatever. They don't have to be square. We could have more columns than rows. Okay, they don't have to be square, but they're two-dimensional. Okay? An array can be thought of, as I said, as one-dimensional. Right? It's just a row of numbers. 4, 2, 4, 8. It only goes in one direction, one dimension left to right. Okay? But this is like an array of arrays, isn't it? It's two-dimensional. Okay? So that's the language of matrices, or lesson 34, where we see matrix. Okay? Of course, when you make an array, a one-dimensional array, you say int AR, probably with square brackets, equals new int, maybe size 4. Okay? Done that 25 times probably, at least. More than that, including coding bets probably. And recall, there were several ways to make arrays. In fact, I think there were 3, right? You could do it like that. You could do it where you would declare it with numbers, initialize it at the same time. Right? And you could do it this crazy way. Okay? The last way, be careful. Honestly, I think less than 10 kids tried it this way on the final exam, but of those kids, most did not do it right. They had the square brackets either left off or they put them between new and int, and that doesn't work. So be careful if you do it this way. Right? See the error message there? You got to put the square brackets after int. Okay? Just be careful. Now, it is useful doing it that way. Remember that one method called makePy? Remember that makePy, I think in array 1 of Coding Bat? The best answer on that was to just do it like that, 3, 1, 4. That was a very smart way to do it, but also a pretty weird way for us, wasn't it? It's probably safer to make an array of size 3, put the stuff in position 0, 1, and 2, and then return AR. Okay? But this was a smart way to do it if you were practicing things. Okay? Well, like arrays, there's 3 ways to make a matrix. Okay? So let's make sure that compiles. It does. The AP exam will typically call their matrices MAT. M-A-T, short for MAT. I'll make more than one today, so I'll call my first one Mat1. Okay? I'm going to make a matrix with 2 rows and 4 columns. Okay? 2 rows and 4 columns. When you put the rows in the first pair of square brackets and the columns in the second pair of square brackets, that's called row major order. Sounds really super fancy, I know, and scary even to me sometimes, but it just means your row number comes first. Okay? It's the way of the AP exam. So just, it's normal. It's the way we'll do it from now on. Okay? So this has 2 rows and 4 columns that can contain integers. Okay? There's one more thing also like arrays. Recall, if you don't initialize the positions of an array and print out one of the positions, like I'll print out position 1, you recall what we get? What does Java initialize integer arrays to? All zeros. It's not an error, right? A good guess at first, a month ago, would have been, I think it might be an error. What's a good guess? But no longer is that a good guess, right? We know now it's 0. It's all zeros. This thing consists of 4 zeros. Likewise, Mat1 has 2 rows and 4 columns of zeros. So right now, just doing that, what do we create? 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. That's what we just made. All 8 positions, 2 rows, 4 columns, are all zeros. Now, that's not what we want typically, of course. We want to put some numbers in there. The positions of the matrix are as follows. You'll catch on to it. 0, 1, 0, I'm sorry. 0, 0 comes first. Then 0, 1, 0, 2, and 0, 3. That's the first row. And the second row is 1, 0, 1, 1, 2, and 1, 3. So when you have 2 rows, they are numbered 0 and 1, just like arrays. In our one-dimensional array, when our length is 4, our positions are 0, 1, 2, and 3. When you have 2 rows, the row indices, the index of the rows, are 0 and 1. And then the columns go from 0 up to 3. Okay?